also on the list. And now we're joined by someone who has had a lot of insight on the subject and the process behind the takeover, State Representative for District 22, Christian Manuel. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, you're in Austin quite a bit because of the job you do here in Southeast Texas for us, but you've been hearing rumblings about a state takeover for quite some time. But when you actually got confirmation of that news, tell us how that went.
It wasn't surprising because we knew that that was a possibility. We have been looking at this since HISD, and even parts of Austin's ISD, which is their special education department, has been under TEA takeover since the same time Houston ISD has. It was more of a, I hate this for my family, hate this for my community, but I don't want people to get frightened and scared. We're on top of everything and making sure that it's going to be being taken care of as we look forward in the future.
So how do you make this process a little bit smoother? Beaumont ISD has been down this road before, had some successes with getting their financial house in order.
Right.
But this time it's about education. And when you talk about education, that's a little bit more complicated because you're dealing with not only behaviors in a classroom, you're dealing with parents and parental involvement. So what are some of the things that you believe should happen to make this transition go much smoother?
Well, I want to say first off to everybody that lives in Jefferson County, not just Beaumont, please don't freak out. Please don't get scared. This is going to be something that you still have myself, you still have Representative, former Speaker Dade Phelan, you still have Senator Nichols, you still have people that are going to be there, and you have your state representatives and TAs under that authority. What we want people to know is if you are qualified, please, please, please fill out those applications. We know there'll be applications and time for people to be able to go through those processes, but something that is very important is let's not focus on the negative. It doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good. But let's focus on the children. Wherever you are on a school board, wherever you are on a superintendent, let's focus on these children. This is something that the state has come in and it triggered this. This is not something that can be untriggered. Now, some people will say the state could have done something different and just closed down the school. Some people say this is great. Let's not get divisive. This TA has come in and TA has said we're going to take over. But these children deserve more. Our children deserve more and they deserve better. And we need to move forward in making sure we're having people who are qualified to do this job, to move forward. We don't need to look for blame. We need to look for how we move forward to make sure that these children are getting the education that they need, because these are the people that are going to run Beaumont and Port Arthur and Southeast Texas and anywhere else they go. We don't need to look for blame.
Okay, so you were telling me before you came on that you've already beginning to roll up your sleeve with former Speaker Phelan about some things you would like to put in place to make sure that this is successful. Tell us about that.
So I've worked out with Speaker Phelan looking to make sure that every single person that is qualified is going to be able to, to sign up for that application to make sure that they're a part of that. And it'll be, we're making sure that we're getting everything. It'll be on my Facebook. We'll make sure that it's on every platform that I'm on to make sure that if you are qualified for that, to please submit your qualification. We're also going to make sure that the community has a voice in this, because that's something that's so important. The community actually has a right to ask for what's going on and to have that explained to them by the commissioner, by TEA. And that's something that we're going to do, is make sure that the community is a part of this, that they don't feel that they're left out of this. We know right now people feel left out of government. We want to make sure that no one feels left out of this. This is not a Republican or Democratic issue. This is about, are we taking care of our children, our future? I'm not going to be here forever, thank God. You won't be here forever. They will be the people that will continue to move that forward. And I think that is the most important thing. We're also going to make sure that if there are questions that people have about what is a TA takeover, some people are going to say, well, we all know what that is. It happened before. It's an embarrassment. Stop saying that. We are now where we are right now. TEA has unfortunately said they're going to try to take over, and they're probably going to win this appeal more than likely. But if you have questions, if you're not sure, that's why you have state representatives. That's why you have senators, state senators. Reach out to us, ask those questions, and we will get you every single answer about every single part of the process. And if I can say one thing, change is scary. And this feels like we're being powerless because we're losing local officials. Our school is being taken over by what some people would say Big Brother. Let's not look at this as a negative. You still have the same bit of access to the people who have access to these people. And we're going to do everything between myself, Speaker Phelan, and I know the other senators will. And I will speak for them in that because I've talked to them and I've talked to the commissioner as well. We are going to do everything to make sure that citizens feel a part of this process. Sometimes they won't be happy, and I understand that. But we're going to follow the law because that's where we are. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that this is easy and smooth going in. And I don't want people scared. And teachers do not need to worry about their jobs. They know what happens. They're going to keep their jobs. Nothing is going to change until it's official. And even then, there's still a process for teachers. And that's very important to me. Teachers, students, parents, and community.
Okay, so you're mentioning the board of managers, this whole process. Have you heard anyone come to you yet wanting to be a part of the board of managers? Is there like a list that's already going around of
There's not a list,
candidates?
but everybody I think is more concerned with what is next. What do we look at? Who should be on the board of managers? This person maybe, and everyone has these questions because it's so fresh. And the thing is, that's why you have state representatives and state senators. And myself, Speaker Phelan, Senator Nichols' office, we are going to work together. And we are going to make sure that your voices are heard. Call the office. That's what we're there for. Leave your name, leave your number, send an email, whatever it is that works for you, and let us know how you feel. That's what our job is. And we're going to take care of the students of Beaumont. And I'm going to say it again. Don't be scared. Don't live in fear of what's coming next. Because the most important thing right now is that we have an opportunity to change things. And everybody says everybody deserves a second chance. Beaumont deserves a second chance too. And Beaumont's children and their future deserve a second chance. So I'm not going to focus on the negative. And I don't think any of us should. Let's focus on how we make this better for the students so that Beaumont can be what it has always been, a city that has raised my father and myself, and we're never going to give up on Beaumont or BISD, and we're going to continue to do that fight.
All righty, thank you, Rep. Manuel, and come
Thank
back
you.
and update us on the collaboration.
I will be here anytime you all need me, and as long as anyone has questions, and as long as I'm elected, I will always get you those answers.
All righty, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.